Hello, my creative friends. This is Kristen Fagan here with Softlex Company for a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. Today we're going to take a look at making a short little bead garland and use some of our doorbuster beads that are on sale today only, December 13th, 2021. Hi there. How is everyone doing today? Hey, Marianne. So I've been like very busy little bee cleaning out my studio and my beads, my art supplies. Still have quite a ways to go. I have so much like paper clutter. I don't know what it is, but I just tend to hold on to things. So that's what I'm working on next is some paper clutter and pulling things like out of the drawers. I've already worked through an armoire and I worked through my closet. Now I'm pulling all of the paperwork out of my desk, and then I have like a kind of a chest of drawers that was in my bedroom when we first moved into our first apartment that's now in my studio space, and I throw all sorts of stuff in there. So that's next. But I've just had this intense energy to clean and refresh and clear stuff away, donate items. And yeah, I don't know if anyone else is feeling that right now too, but amidst all the other things that we have to do in December, I've decided to totally clear out my studio space. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Rosalinda. Great to see everybody. So I wanted to play with our new ceramic barrel beads today, and I'm also using the Czech glass red, green, and gold Christmas mix. What else do I have here? I have some seed beads from our friend Danielle Wicks. She had sent me some seed beads, so I'm going to use those, size 8, and it has the item number on it. So you guys, if you like them, you can always check out what Danielle has. I think she does them in sets of 3 for 3 different sizes, all in the one color. That's what she sent me anyway, and I think that's pretty cool. So that you get to have a few different sizes of beads in the same colorway. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Paula. And I'm going to be using our Econoflex. So we have a product line. It is called Econoflex over here at Softlex Company. And we considered it our hobby wire line. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that today and use that. I'll be using my flush cutters, and I'll be using a pair of regular crimping pliers along with some 2x2 millimeter crimp tubes. Marianne says she's cleaning up her family history file and reading because it's very cold here. Yeah, reading is always a really nice, cozy activity in the winter, isn't it? Oh, I love that. Susie, hi, welcome. Yeah, I think I'm getting a head start on January. You know, January is a good time to clear out, but for some reason, I just was starting to feel it in November this year. And little by little, I've been pulling things. I have like a table that I set up, and I've been pulling things out and covering the table and then going through it, sorting it, getting the table all clean, and then pulling things out of some other place, covering the table again. So it's like I keep going through stuff, but then the table gets filled again. Hopefully I will feel like I'm complete by the end of the year and I can start fresh, right? I got all my beads done though. That was good. That was a big thing to go through. And they're always so little and in lots of different places. So yeah, so that feels good. At least my beading section's all cleared out. So have you guys seen these, what they're calling, I guess they're called farmhouse bead garlands? And a lot of times they're made with wood. They're also a lot of times just a natural wood, and they're short. They could be long and go like a regular garland over your Christmas tree or your fireplace. But I'm doing a short version today. I started on this. So this is sort of my demo that I created first, but I might switch it up just a little bit on the video today. So this is more of a traditional sort of necklace shape idea with a bead in the center and then the seed beads going towards this little canvas. It's like an ornament, but I thought maybe it would be a fun way to end the garland. So this is one way you can do it. And what would you do with these short garlands? You would put them on like a door knocker, so you can hang them on a door to a closet, or if you have knobs or something on some sort of piece of furniture that you want to decorate, you can hang it from a knob. I would not put this on a door that I use often because of the ceramic beads. I wouldn't want them to sort of bang around too much. But, you know, there's doors in my house that are closets that don't get open that often, and this would be fun to decorate there. I don't think I'd put it on the front door or anything like that. You can also make them a little bit longer and lay them down on a tray or a bookshelf. And maybe you do a little vignette of sorts on your coffee table, and this would be a short little garland that you can add to your festive decor. So jewelry for the home today. Taking the idea of using some jewelry items, but making something for the home. Yeah, and I think we're going to make a tassel together because I really wanted a tassel on one end, and I might try and make it, and we'll see how that goes. Susie says, I need to clean out a few of my bead collection and all of my wire and stringing materials. Yeah, I organized my stringing materials. I was able to see what I was missing in terms of craft wire. I pretty much have everything in Softlex, but craft wire, I was missing a few different things. So I was able to see that, and then also just go through like, I need to get some more storage containers though. Like I think I did a good job, but I need a couple more of those pop open containers, just so some things are not so jam stuffed as they are right now. All right, let's switch down to the beading table and see what we're working with here. So I'll start with the Econoflex, and let me see if I can put on my light. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here's our Econoflex line. So this is we made this quite a few years after our regular Softlex, and it was really to hit the hobby market and bring in something that is a little more low cost. It is great for doing crafty type of projects, which is why I'm going to use it today. This is our medium. We do have it in very fine, and medium. And I think the very fine is on closeout, as well as some of our fine diameters you'll find on closeout. But it's very affordable. This is a 30-foot spool for under $5. It is made overseas, so it's not made in the US like our other product lines. And it is a 1x7 strand product, so it is a lot thinner than our other product lines. It is still stainless steel and has a nylon coating. This is the cinnamon red color, which is a really pretty, almost like metallic looking red. Yeah, so this is a great product to use if you're doing something that's a little more crafty, or maybe you're doing some beginner projects, and you don't need the flexibility as much as with Sawflex. You'll see as it comes off the spool, it's a little more wiry, for lack of a better word. It doesn't have as soft of a drape as our typical Sawflex beading wire, but it's still a nice product and has its uses. I'm not going to be using the magical crimping pliers today because magical crimping pliers are really formulated for our Sawflex beading wire or soft touch, and the nylon coating is slightly different on this manufactured wire than it is on the other one. So I don't think the magical crimping pliers will hold as well. So I'm just going to use our regular crimping pliers today with 2x2 millimeter crimp tubes. And I'm going to use these gorgeous ceramic beads. So these are all one strand, all of the beads that I used here already, in addition to everything in this bag. So it's one very long strand. It retails for $9.95, and our doorbuster today is 50% off. So that makes them just under $5 for one strand. I'm using the green, which I think we call emerald green. But let me show you some of the other colors because I bought all the colors. I just really fell in love with these beads and I wanted all the colors. So let me show you what else we have. And this is all the barrel shape. And we also have a round shape too, and that one is 50% off today only as well. So this one is called mustard, and it has these beautiful little specks of brown in there. A gorgeous mustard color. So this is what you get in one strand. So it is a lot of beads. So that's the mustard color. Then we have the citrine, which is very similar to mustard. You'll see the mustard just has a little bit more brown in the overall color, and then also these little specks of brown. It kind of feels like a really polished wood bead to me. So there's mustard, there's citrine. This one is the garnet, which is like a soft maroon color. This one is gorgeous and does not look on the website. The picture just doesn't quite do it justice. I think it was hard to capture this dark blue. So this is the dark blue lapis. And it's such a pretty blue. And then we've got the amethyst, which is a really nice soft purple. And last but not least is the lemon quartz. So you see we have three different colors in the yellow family. This is the lemon quartz, this is the citrine, and this one is the mustard. It goes from this bright, fun pop of yellow to a little bit in the little bit of orange, I guess, in there, and the citrine color, and then very earthy in the mustard color. Aren't they fun? I really don't know what I'm going to do with all these beads, but I just love them. And I loved all the colors so much that I just had to have them. So yeah, normally retail $9.95 for this really nice long strand, and they are 50% off today in the doorbuster, making them just under $5, and that is today only, December 13th. And then we also have them in round. Now the round ones, I think the round ones are about $5. They are a short strand, and they do vary a little bit, but I think they're about 20 something pieces on each one. Whereas I think the longer the barrel beads were 50. So these are about half the amount of pieces. And we've got the light pink, the amethyst. This one is the lemon yellow. And you'll see that they're not exactly the same size either. Like the light pink and the amethyst are very close, but the round lemon yellows are a little bit larger. All of these beads are made in Peru by the same family that makes the teeny tiny ceramic beads. This one's the green, and these are even larger. These are also a little darker. So the green rounds are more of like a deep emerald green versus these lighter barrels. Hi, Robin. Nice to see you. And last is black. And you'll notice I have some on strands and some in bags. The strands that they're on is a very, very thin piece of thread. So I'm guessing in the office if they had any that were just close to coming off the strand, they just put them in a baggie to make it a little bit easier. So these are all under $5 a piece, and then they're 50% off today too, making them I think like $250 or $297 depending on the bead. They have some of them have a little more beads than others, so they have slightly different prices. And then I'm using our red, gold, and green bead mix. This one is Czech glass, and we still have a handful of these available. I think Sarah made some wonderful earrings on our Instagram reels with these red daggers from the mix. You can also see we've got them in green with the gold speckles. I love these, so fun. I also got two really pretty leaves in this particular mix. So these bead mixes are a big, one big mix, and then we scoop out a little baggy size based on weight. So some of the beads that you're going to see here, you'll have exactly in your bag, and some you won't, but the quantities will be a little bit different. Like I've got 2 of these. You may end up with more of these and less of something else, or vice versa. So they're a bead soup, if you will. And I pulled out these big red ones from my bead soup mix and these little red discs here, as well as these green fire polish and this very large kind of golden color bead, and these round ones right here are also from that Czech glass bead mix. Okay, and then lastly, I've got some size 8 seed beads. These are from Danielle Wicks, and she's got a number 8-4506 on it. And they are this really pretty green color. Little specks of maybe a red or a brown or a brownish red in there. And she sent me them in a pack of 3 sizes. So I think she sells them this way, where you get a 6, an 8, and an 11 little pack of all the same color, but in the 3 different sizes. And I'm using size 8, the middle one. Size 6 is larger, then it goes to size 8, and then size 11 is the smallest. Okay, so let's open these up. Just going to dump a few of those out. And I have this twine here. This is from my Retro Christmas design kit. So if you got your design kit from Softlex Company, it should have been wrapped up in this red and green and white twine. And I don't know how long this is. Let me take a measurement, find out if I have. I usually have my, oh, there it is. Say I usually have a little tape guy close by. No, Robin, that's not the sale price. So it's today only. It is a doorbuster. If you ordered today, it should be 50% off as long as you, and then that's the retail price. So as long as you're not getting any other order discounts. And if you do sign in with, and you get other order discounts because you're a designer, then just check out as a guest, because you can't get, it doesn't apply with the extra designer discounts. Send us a message at info@softflexcompany.com and we will get it straightened out for you. So this is about 34 inches I have of twine here. Hi, Sue. So I'm going to just fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. And then fold it in half again. Yeah, I think the office will be able to work it out with you, Robin. Just drop them an email and let them know, and they can maybe just assist you with that just one item on your order. So I'm just going to keep folding until probably here. And I also want to see if I can get this through my jump ring. No, I might have to open it. So I folded it in half and kept folding it in half until it was about 4 inches long. And then I'm going to try and slide. I might need a bigger jump ring. I think that is. Which color did you get, Robin? Which color beads? There's just something about ceramic beads. I just really love them. I just love ceramic everything though. So I'm like when I go to when I go somewhere where there's some ceramic artists or something like that where they've got an event and they're selling, like I just am drawn to it. I think because it's not something that I do on my own. So I'm using a pretty big jump ring here. You could probably get away with something a little bit smaller. I just don't know that I feel like hunting down the right size. So I'm just going to go with that because it fits. But basically you just want a jump ring that you can get onto your twine or whatever material you're using. And then I'm going to fold it one more time. And then I'm going to wrap it up here. And you really don't even need the jump ring if you don't want to. If you want to if you want to even make it thicker and just leave the hole. I just thought this would be a little bit easier to have it. And then I've got a little bit of extra twine here that I'm going to use to just tie this down. And then we'll cut down here to make our own little tassel. I've never made my own little tassel before. I'm just doing a little overhand knot. And then I will cut off the ends here. Oh, Robin got black, pink, mustard, lapis, and green. Love it. And of course, I don't have scissors right next to me, so I'm just going to use my flush cutter. And I'm just going to cut open all of the little loops. Maybe I'll clean that up with a pair of scissors later. All right, I have a cute little tassel. Yes, it does look like the yarn dolls. Exactly. I was thinking of those too. So now I'm thinking, let me see if I can show you all this picture. So this is my inspiration on Pinterest. I'm just going to take my phone off its stand here and hold this up. So see how that's a fun little beaded garland and they're crisscrossing over right there? Oh, okay. And then they've got this little tag on one side and a little tassel on the other. That's sort of what I'm going for. So that's my inspiration. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one free. And just restring on a new piece of Econoflex and try and recreate that a little bit better. Let's see, about 3 feet of wire. Rosalinda says, that's beautiful. Yeah, it is, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, these are so pretty. How can I make these with beads? And I meant like colorful beads. The wood ones would be great though. I think if you're putting like if you want to make a large one where you hang it from your fireplace or something like that, because these ceramic beads are going to get kind of heavy. So I was like, they don't quite work for a large garland. But they're great for something small like that. So now I'm just going to string up these beads again. The only difference is I'm going to do more of a crisscross before I add the little end pieces. And the other thing to note is to be careful when you're working with these fire polish from the mix, because I used these two and they ended up being slightly different colors. I didn't notice because I didn't hold them up to the light until after I was done. So I just want to make sure I pick out the same color. So I'll do this one here instead. And then I've got a little bead stopper. I'm just going to put on that end while I finish up the back side. So how is everyone doing? Can you believe I just realized yesterday that we are just like 2 weeks out of Christmas. So not this weekend, but next weekend. And I'm like, oh, I thought I was further along. I thought I had more done. And then kind of snuck up on me that I still have a bunch of stuff to do. Yeah, Rob, exactly. Robin says, this is such a nice break from making last minute Christmas gift boxes for my family. Are you making sort of a box of all sorts of goodies inside? Is that what you mean by gift boxes? That's a cute idea. Has anyone made those icicle ornaments this year? I ended up making 15 of them this weekend. I had somebody, a friend of mine, want to gift them to her neighbors. So she asked if I would make 15. So I ended up doing that all weekend. Totally, Rosalinda. She says this last half of the year has run by like water. Oh, I love this. Robin says everyone is getting a handcrafted coffee mug and a jewelry item. Two of my favorite things, coffee and jewelry. That sounds perfect. And you know I love handmade mugs because I just said how much I love any kind of like ceramics or pottery. I picked up a few gifts at a local art center this year, and a couple of them are pottery items too. Rosalinda made 6 yesterday. It's kind of nice to sit down and do a bunch in a row. So when I did them all, it sort of was a little like a whole little station, like a little Christmas elf. Mandy also made some icicle ornaments. She made a dozen over the weekend. She loves to give them to family. Yes. Yeah, they're such a nice little gift for, like she was doing for her neighbors or putting them. I think Kathy was sharing that she put them on top of her presents as a bow, and they are just a nice little gift. Most of my tree is covered in handmade or vintage ornaments. And they're so fun to look at every year and remember who they're from and who made them or where I got it. That one's one that doesn't match. Okay, so where do I want to crisscross this over? I'll probably have to take a few off, but I'm thinking if I want this to hang on a doorknob or on a bookshelf, maybe this third one here. Let's see. And should I add that little spacer first? Let's see. Janelda has a show tomorrow and taking about 12 bead icicles. Fantastic. Good luck with your show. I know the bead icicles are always well received, so I hope that you find that also. Oh, maybe I could have used this as the little one it goes through. Anessa says, are you beading with gems or wood? I'm actually beading with ceramic beads. These large barrel beads are ceramic and Czech glass. So all of the red beads are Czech glass, and then these round beads in the back are Czech glass. So those are from our red, gold, and green Christmas Czech glass bead mix, which is a bead soup, and I pulled those out of that mix. And then these are all ceramic beads. They're our doorbuster for today. So you can get these 50% off at softluxcompany.com as long as you're shopping with no other order discounts. Okay, I lost a bead. Where did this one go? I know I had it out. I probably stuck it right back in. All right, let's see. So here is where I would add one of my little tassels on one side, and then I could possibly add this on the other side, but it feels a little bit large now. So maybe that's not going to happen. I have other tassels. I also have this sweet little leaf. I don't think I pointed these out. These are our ceramic mystery leaves. So they're $1.99 a piece. I think we have about 9 colors or 12 colors. And they are a mystery. So you would just buy one and get one put into your order, but we do have quite a few left. So if there's a particular color you want, you probably can send us a little note with your order or email us and they'll do their best to get the color you want. This is a white one and this one is a green one, but there's also a lot of different colors that match the other ceramic beads. Robin, you have a green one and a white one too? Maybe we have a lot of these because I just told him to send me a couple. I didn't choose the color. So let's see. What would one of these look like? On one end. And I'm just in sort of the thinking about this phase, so I haven't made any hard, fast decisions about how I'm gonna finish this yet. Do I want to add another little tassel? I may cut this one a little bit shorter just so it's a little closer in size to the green leaf. That is kind of cute though too, and then it'll hang with the tassel. Maybe it would be okay. I feel like one side needs to be a little longer than the other side. Like maybe I add a couple of more beads on this one. Robin's thinking the white leaf. Yeah, you might see it better on top there. This little piece is a piece of canvas. I think I picked this up at just a craft store, and I made it about a year or so ago, and I painted right on top. So it's just a little, I don't know if it was like in the tag section. I feel like it was, like if you go into like the paper craft section where they have all sorts of different little tags, this was a canvas tag. Okay, let's see what we're hearing. We're seeing Janelda says, use the white and the green leaf. Margaret says the white and small gold tassel. Robin says, I think the white leaf. Let's see if I want to add anything else into here. Do I want to introduce another little color? So if I use that large one, I thought maybe the other one could be a little bit longer. Let's just try that and see how it feels. That feels like it's going to be too long. Let's try just 2. So I could do it where I do the longer one has the leaf and the shorter one has the tassel. And I'm going to try the white leaf. See how that looks. Not as much of a straightforward project for you all today. I'm definitely sort of figuring it out as I go because I changed my mind after making the demo and I wanted to play with it a little bit more. That's pretty cute. What do you think? Should I add this in there or is it too big? Let's cut off the wire just so we can get a better idea. Of how it would feel if I had all of it going on. Yes, Robin says the white leaf pulls in the white from the tassel. I agree. And Robin thinks it's too big. And Nessa says, add it. I know, I'm kind of torn. I'm torn. Because without it, it's still cute without it. But I feel like with it, there's just like a little extra. Deborah says, add in the green leaf too. Not a bad idea. Together, you think like that? I can put some seed beads on this little wire too, just to kind of, let's see. That's cute. Pull that up a little bit tighter. Yeah, it does feel a little too big with this design. I think it worked better when it was just the loop that we had in the beginning. All right, so let's move that one aside. And I'm going to add some seed beads on here. So I have to add my crimp tube first. I'm using a 2x2 millimeter crimp tube. Which are double the wall thickness and seamless from most on the market. And where did I put my seed beads? Here they are. I did take that little red bead out to possibly put in between the leaves. I could even see what else is here. Like one like that. Little squares. All right, so I'm going to add some seed beads just to kind of decorate the wire part a little bit. And that might help with the way the leaves hang as well. So nice to have little beads like this around just for accents or little spacers. So thank you, Danielle. I don't think she's watching with us live today, but she sometimes pops on and checks out the video. So thanks, Danielle. And of course, I always add and then take away. Let's add on one of the leaves. And a couple of seed beads. I don't know if I'll need the red one in there, but I only have one of these. So let's see how it looks. It looks like a carrot. It does. I should save that for making a snowman. I kind of like the way the leaves look when they're sitting next to each other. That's a little snowman's nose. Maybe I'll make a little snowman in clay, and that would make the perfect little carrot nose. A very red carrot, but still cute. So I'm going to go back through my crimp tube and just see. I know my seed beads are not symmetrical at the moment. Oh, maybe they do kind of pull together pretty close to being symmetrical. But I kind of liked it not being symmetrical because then one of my leaves will kind of hang to the side. I have to make it a little looser. It's kind of nice to always pick stuff up and see how it hangs, as long as you're careful not to drop anything you're working on. This way you know before you crimp if it's hanging okay. I'm just going to put a couple more in here. Because once you crimp, that's it. And if you crimp too tight, then it doesn't lay right. It might lay kind of poking to one side, or so you ever had that happen to you? It's usually because you crimped a little too snug. There we go. That looks pretty cute. All right, so I'm going to pull my crimp up closer, make sure I'm not too snug. And I'm going to use regular crimpers today. So the regular crimpers have 2 notches. Let's see if we can get that to focus. See, 2 notches instead of 1. Has the back notch, which is called your crimper, and your front notch, which is called your rounder. You put it into your crimper first. And I always like to have the crimping part in the back. And just give it a nice squeeze, just like a little handshake. And what it will do is create that divot. See how you have that divot in there? Then you want your divot to go in 90 degrees. So I like to think of it like the letter C. So it's pointing kind of out. I'm holding my tool in a different way, but see how the divot is pointing out? And then give it another squeeze. And the rounder, now I'm in the top part, and then go around a few times. By going around a few times, you really kind of cinch that crimp into the nylon coating, and you round out your tube. You can always put a cover or something on top of there if you want to have it be a little bit more like a bead. And then just trim off your excess. So we've got one side done, and I'm going to work on the other. And I don't know if you need the seed beads on the other side, but maybe it will make it look nice and cohesive. So now I'll add my seed beads, and then I'll string on that tassel again. This is going to be cute on a little door handle. And then if you wanted to do it on maybe a tray, like laying on on a table with a tray and some books or some candles or something like that, you can even make this a little bit longer. I've also seen them where they put them on top of jars. So if you had a jar that had a very skinny top and then, you know, kind of skinny like this and then goes out, you can lay this right on the jar and it decorate that. Or a vase with a similar shape that has some flowers or something in it. I kind of like that idea. I didn't have a vase in the house that worked, so I might have to take a look the next time I'm at the thrift store or something and see if I can find a vase that will fit this just perfectly to hang down. And then I could put flowers in it. All right, so I'm going to crimp again. I've got my crimper. Actually, see when I have it open how we've got, let's give it a second to focus, if it will. There we go. So you've got the rounded side on one side and the crimping side on the other, the little tooth. I have my tooth facing the back. And I mean, this isn't really that big a deal where you have to do that, but I like that with jewelry especially. Always have the tooth facing in the back so that when you crimp it, the seam ends up in the back and then the front is nice and flat and you've got your seam behind you. All right, there's my little fun garland. And the last thing I'll do is I'm going to get a pair of scissors and just clean this up, but they're not near me right now on video, so I'll do that after the video. But super duper cute. And a fun new way to use your beads to help decorate some more items in your house, right? Jewelry for your home. And these leaves have a nice tiny little curve. See how they have like a little bit of a front and a back? They're really pretty. Well, thank you all for your help in designing today, since I kind of changed my whole mind from when I started. It was great to have your input as I went along. And I'd love to see any jewelry that you make for your home. So if you're making any other decorations like ornaments or wreaths or other items for the holidays where you're using beads or wire, share that with us over in the Softluxe VIB studio group. We'd love to see what you're up to. And it's always fun to see how we can use beads in a totally different way, right? So hope everyone has a wonderful week. I will be out next Monday Oh, my doggy's coming to say hello. Hello. I will be out next Monday because I think it's the 20th next week, right? Yeah, yeah. So I took a few days off before Christmas while my kids are home from school. And sorry, my doggy's breathing heavily on on my knee right now. So I won't be here next Monday, but I will be back the following Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So Merry Christmas. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday and get to have a lot of creative time and rest along with all of the fun and festivities, right? Thanks for being here with me today, and I will see you guys over in the Softflex VIB studio, sharing things as we lead up to Christmas. Don't forget we have our doorbuster. All of the ceramic beads are 50% off. That I shared today, the barrels and the rounds. So there are lots of beautiful, luscious colors, and then the leaves you can get are mystery color. So add a couple of those to your cart and see which ones you get. I'm sure if you order some of the ceramic beads, they will try and match up a leaf with the colors that you purchase, because they usually try and do that over in the warehouse. We are shipping things like 1 to 3 days. So at this point, we're getting close to cutoff, but you may still be able to get stuff in time for the holiday, just depending on where you are. All right. Thanks so much for being here. Merry Christmas, and I will see you all next time. Bye.